And you tell us what you see, and we'll come back and next week and see what's going on. And, you know, they'd kind of bright me off in a way. Maybe, you know, feel bad for me, but just be like, yeah, whatever. That's a bummer. I wanted to kill an alligator, but that's where my mind was. I was totally denounced them. I had totally forgotten it. I was just already kind of depressed about it. And when I decided to take that laundry down, saw that slide, I put the laundry down at the water's edge where the slide was, right by the wall at the end. And bent over, of course, to put it down. And I was like, I gotta take a picture of this, because anybody that sees this will be like, oh, fuck, there is alligators. That is definitely a slide, okay? And, I took a picture, and then all of a sudden that something towards the edge of the wall on the outside started to move. You know, the water started to move, and I just was watching it, because again, my head was not in the alligator game. I don't know why, but I was still stuck on, nah, not real. I'm just crazy. I'm just seeing something. I don't know what it is. It's cool. Just relax. So I didn't go armed. I just had freaking like 60 pounds of laundry over my shoulder and my arms. And when I put that down, I bent over at the water's edge. Now, hello. I grew up on Mutual of Omaha shows. And every time they've taken something down, like a gazelle or a zebra, that sucker's getting a drink at the edge of the water. Okay, I'm not only at the edge of the water, I'm at the edge of the water at the slide, where they come in and out of the pond, apparently, to go to the horse pastures area and sunbathe. This is all in my head right now, okay? I'm not thinking none of that, but right now, at this minute, that's what I'm saying. Okay, because that's where the slide went, from the water to the pasture on the left, a pasture on the right, and then circled back around to the water. And, I took a picture of it, and then I saw that water move, and I was just like looking at it, because, you know, the water moves a lot. There's lots of fish out here, and like I said, we have 3, 4, and 5 foot carp. They're grass carp, though. They don't jump out of the water. They're more like docile jaws. They like logs, and they like to stay at the top of the water a lot of times, get some sun, and they have that dorsal fin, and it sticks out of the water when they're doing that. I mean, it's easy to tell who they are. They're not just willy-nilly fish. They've been growing here for a while. I mean, years, and on purpose. And there's like a 3 foot one, a 4 foot one, and a 5 foot one. They stay together. Haven't seen them in a hot minute too. So anyway, I wish they'd stop that, because landlord said if they went away, it's because of all the noise. Because you can't see it probably, but across the way there's a big barn, and on the bottom of the barn is a barn, and on the top of the barn is a man cave. A bar from hell. I mean, a real bar. Like, everything you think of a bar, that is. It's got the long thing where you can sling the beer down the way, and the guy at the end can grab it, and it's got 6 foot speakers by 2 foot, and he puts them outside and builds a huge fire in the fire pit, and barbecues, and the music's loud enough to hear a mile down the road. I mean, it's really lit up and loud and vibrational and all this. And he said that's why they wouldn't stay here. That makes sense to me. But this, damn, I mean, what is the freaking chance of that happening? That they're going to put on some kind of fireworks show that is just behind the trees and I can't see. I did see a little bit of it, that's why I know what it is, but at first I thought it was gunfire, which is not uncommon. We're in the country. I mean, it's crazy, but I'm in the country, but I'm 4 miles from Walmart. And when it gets dark out here, oh my God, you can't see the edge of my porch. And for 6 months, I haven't had lights on the porch, so I've been bringing my dog out with a frickin' little LED flashlight and just holding it on him while I went to the bathroom. Only worried about snakes, because I have seen copperheads out here a couple times, and my dogs are, they're city dogs. They don't know nothing about alligators or snakes, and they're curious, and that's as good as it's going to get for them to check it out and be dead. So I'm real hyper diligent for them. At any rate, that water started moving on the outside of the pond, and then it went around the wall. The water movement did, and then instead of like rings like a fish makes, or a rock if you throw it in the water, This was waves or wakes, more like a streamline. And that area between the wall and the ground, the edge of the pond here, down there is about 2.5 feet wide and about 3 solid feet, maybe 3.5 feet deep. And then it gets shallower and shallower and shallower until it gets over here, right here at this dock. And at this dock, there's so much vegetation grown up, there's just mushy grass. So, and then underneath the dock has no water, and then right over there, there's water on the side of the wall. The wall continues down for about 10 feet, and then it ends there. It ends abruptly. I mean, just right past that. Let's see what if I can show you. I can't. I took the lights off because my landlord was freaking out when I had someone put the lights in, because 6 months I haven't had lights, and now we got alligators. I'm fucking losing my mind. So my friends that came over that Sunday bought me all new light fixtures, light sensors, and with photo cells, and also the ability to turn them off and on at will from in the house. And it was lighting up the whole fucking neighborhood. And the next morning, the landlord came over and ripped them out. Literally. I mean, look. Literally. When I say literally, I'm saying look. Look. Oh, damn. I ain't trying to go over here, but look. Yeah. All there is wires. Literally ripped them down. And then like I never asked or anything, he brings me those. And then one of them burned out tonight, and I've only had them 2 nights. So I rigged these so they'd stay on, and those down there where they'd stay off. Because when they come on and off, he knows that I'm using them. And they're for his use, not mine, unfortunately, when he goes and opens his bar on Wednesdays and Saturday nights. So I figured if I turned them off and then tricked the lights to stay on in the middle, he would think it's the spotlights that he gave me that one burned down of. But if I turn off these lights right here, oh, it's dark. There's only one spotlight. It like lights up the kayak, and that's it. No, can't do that. So these lights will go off on the sensor shortly, and I might even turn the main light a different direction. I'm going to go ahead and go in the house, and we'll see how it goes. I just want to have some documentation. We've got one wildlife camera. It's on 2 pieces of beef hanging over the metal dock. I have one huge, like, 1.5-pound chicken quarter tied up like really good and put onto a metal pole, and then I taped that to that chair right there and hung it just over the wall. Then I threw this one, let's see it, the one over the tree, and tied that. That is a beef bone that's rotten. Then I ran the string back up over here so we move stuff by the door so I would notice it, hopefully, if they get into it. Obviously, if I get here if I get up in the morning and any of it's disturbed, my boat's sunk, but at least I'm not crazy, because nothing else is capable of taking them down, taking them off, or moving them. Seriously. Like, we haven't had any fish jumping, and we haven't had any fish biting, and that's highly unusual. I mean, I've caught 40 bass in a week, and no fish biting. But I did see a bunch of bluegill over there. I call that the bar side. That's the bar and the lily pad side and the overflow. And then I'm on the hillside with the chickens and the docks and the slide that the alligators made. So that's what's going on, and that's what's happening. So I literally spent 20 hours at least on this wall, and everything I have that I didn't even know I had is sore. I'm telling you, I could barely move. I mean, I have bricks that weighed like 20 pounds a piece, and I got cinder blocks, and I got these kind of bricks right here. I got everything stuffed up underneath everything. I mean, I wanted to make it where they couldn't just lay in wait. And here, they would have a little bit of an effort to jump, because behind all of this is the drop down in the water. Not saying they couldn't do it. They easily could. They could even slowly climb over it like a lizard. I mean, it's almost like steps to do it, especially over in here. But it's more for my own peace of mind, my own comfort, because I was losing my shit. I couldn't come out on the porch. I didn't know what I was going to do. I couldn't bring my dogs out here. Just right here to pee. No lights. I mean, 6 months using a flashlight with 4 AA batteries. Yeah. And they like to poop for whatever reason right on the water's edge. They don't even realize what water is. My pit bull got too close and she sunk like a rock. She didn't even try to come up. Good thing I had her on a leash and a choke chain, because that's the only way I got her back. And then she looked at me like, what the hell just happened? Shook off, and you know, she has she's not dumb. She has not stopped doing it. She hasn't fallen in again. But it's not like it's like they think they can walk on that green vegetation that's there. And it's water, and they're stepping in mushy land right before they get to it. But that's where they're taking the poop. That's where my German Shepherd likes to eat the grass, because it's long, lush, undisturbed. And I'm just freaking out that something's going to pull them in and kill them. I would rather die than have something happen to them. And especially, you know, just letting them do it and it happening in front of me. I couldn't deal with that. I just couldn't. That's not me. I could not deal with it. So now they don't understand, but I won't let them. They don't understand why I'm being like, stay next to me, because I've never been that way. I have a retractable leash. I let them go 16 feet. And I watch what they do, because I'm afraid of snakes getting them. You know, they poke their head in the bush, they get tall grass, and they get out of the tall grass, and I pull them, that's it. So that's this fucking story in a nutshell, okay? Terrifying. And like I said, I can't work, I can't think, I can't anything that's not alligator. Last night I caught myself watching videos. God, dog, that was the wrong thing to do. I just was trying to see what they were capable of, so I knew what to look for, or what to watch, or if anything that I was seeing on the videos was what I've seen out here. Or especially, did any alligators come up and stick only their head out of the water, straight up and down, not trying to catch anything, stay there for a second, and slowly descend again, same way they came up. And that they'd always had their face pointing the other way. Didn't make good sense. I wanted to see if I could find proof. I did not find any. And I scoured the videos, okay? And the bottom line there is, I don't know if I'm crazy or not. I need my sanity. I need confirmation. And if they're gone, I don't guess I'll ever get it, but I'm going to be happy with that. I really want to take this ghetto crap down, because all this has robbed me of my peace of mind. It's robbed me of my peace of Eden, because that's what it has been to me. I've never been happier, and I don't want to move. But my mom's like, hey, you need to move. And I'm like, hey, if the alligators were like everyone said, you leave them alone, they'll leave you alone. Okay, that's fine. I can handle that. Oh, there's sunning over there? Let's go on the side of the pond. That's cool. I could do that. But look, I had one come after me. I didn't finish telling that story still. It's because I'm so fucking traumatized. Every time I tell her, I almost have a panic attack. I hyperventilate and I can't breathe, and then everything scares me. A leaf falling. So, anyway, the water started really moving around the wall, and then these wake waves started forming. And then they got like 6 or 8 inches high. And clearly, no question, something was not going away from me, but coming towards me. And those wake waves were getting, first they just started out as like little bumps. And then they got, like I said, 6 or 8 inches high. Then they started rolling. I don't know how else to explain it. They were rolling. And when I say rolling, I mean like waves on the ocean beach. Roll, roll, roll. And they were rolling into each other. And I was like, okay, that's when all of a sudden it clicked in my head. Hey, I was crazy to dismiss all this. There's something after me. And I took like 3 little steps back, because it was coming towards me, but I still wasn't in the right mindset to realize that something was about to eat my fucking ass. Okay? So I took 3 steps back. Boom, boom, boom. And when I did that, that thing sped up 500 times faster, and it was cruising towards me. And it looked like it was about to come up out of that water. And all I could do was start screaming hysterically. I've never screamed like that. It felt like a little bitch. I've never run faster. I ran, say, 50 feet down there to I'd say I ran 3/4 of a mile before I stopped and turned around and looked. I never heard it get out of the water. I didn't hear anything after I started screaming and running. Because the only thing that was in my head was a loudspeaker. Like the Liberty Bell being hit with a gong. And it was screaming. The only fact at that time that I knew about alligators. And that was, they can run 30 miles an hour on land. Short distances. So my idea was I better run 40 miles an hour until I get the fuck away. And when I stopped up there somewhere. And when I turned around, there was 4 fucking chickens behind me, and they would not get away from me. Now, all the way around here is the water's edge. So I'm going, don't you know fucking alligators like us? Chicken, get the fuck away from me. But they wouldn't. 6 months I've been out here. They're 75 feet down this hill. They've never been in front of my house. They've never come around me. The roosters, fuck yeah, they'll try to flog you. They're like my guard dogs up the hill. You don't come up there without getting flogged or driving. So, these chickens were really freaking me out. While I was trying to get the chickens away from me, back down where it came from, we have horses and donkeys, and they were all missing. I mean, there's a couple pastures out there. It's not uncommon to not see them, but they were not together, and they're always together. The horses don't like the donkey, but the donkey don't like to be alone. And the donkey's here to protect the horses, so they stay together. Anyway, here comes the mare. She's huge. She's an ex-racehorse. She was going full throttle from like over there to over here, and then she stopped. Now she didn't rear up on her hind legs, but she started making all that whining noise and stomping the shit out of the ground. Okay, and there was weeds over there. They've eaten the grass down to the roots, but there was all these bushes or trees or green things, I don't know, some kind of plant that they didn't want or they didn't like or couldn't eat or something, and they were shoulder length on the horses. Since then, I've had my landlord get over there and start mowing that shit, and he's mowed it down to the ground, which is great. And then I figured, well, we'll see him sunning over there. Nope, haven't seen him sunning, haven't seen him swimming. Only see these water motions that streamline, beelining for your ass, get faster, have these waves that start rolling. And I mean in the pond or in the gullies here. And it's only coming after me. Okay, seriously. Am I losing my fucking mind? Me? Okay, I told my landlord last night, I bet you $500 if you walk from the bar over here, I can get an alligator out of the water. Because right now, they're vining for me. The water's doing everything I said it was. And I back up, it's doing all kinds of stuff. I said, I'm watching, I know what's going on. I've been incessantly watching the water for 6 months. Like 12 hours a day sometimes. No TV, just the pond. All about it. And this is something, and it wants me. And it ain't a fucking fish, and it ain't a fucking snake, and it ain't a fucking turtle. That I know. And that is all I know. So he has a like a huge leg, and it makes it hard for him to walk, so he rides the lawnmower everywhere, as if it's like a electric wheelchair, around the pond, to the bar, to his house, everywhere. If he's here, he rides the lawnmower. The lawnmower has a sound, scare stuff off. So I said, you walk over here, which I didn't think he would. I bet you $500 we can get one of the alligators out. Huh? Be damned if he didn't walk over here with his pit bull, who's just under 100 pounds, at the water's edge, just like daring something to come up on him. And do you know nothing did? And everything that was going on stopped? Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? What in the fuck's going on? That's what I'm thinking. And then I think, well, he is very, very large. Maybe they're thinking, hey, that's more than a meal right there. He might get us. I don't know. I'm not exactly small. And yesterday I came out with my German Shepherd. And I walked about 75 feet down that way. And then the water started taking off and those waves started coming at us. And I made him run and we jogged the hell back over here because I felt like it was going to get us over there. Today, I was like, okay, back to, I'm crazy. I don't know what I'm seeing. My mind has taken me dirty, ugly, nasty, disgusting, vile places that are going to make me lose it because I'm beyond help at this point. Like I had read enough information that said once they found a nice place, they're going to stay there. And if you eradicate them or kill them, don't worry, you'll get new ones. Someone's always going to want to take the place of a virtual smorgasbord with a buffet of their favorite foods. Dogs, chickens, fish, snakes, turtles, and why would they leave? I don't understand. I mean, it's comfortable. It's the still water. It's 100 yards from her fucking major river. However they got here, however long, or however many, why would they leave? And that's what everything said. So, I was freaking out. So the landlord called the wildlife guy. He said, and he came out 8:30 last night. He said that him and another guy walked around the pond. Doubt that. Because look how dark it is. Would you walk around looking for an alligator in the dark? I don't care if you're Superman. Get real. Sorry, not believing that shit. I hear something, I don't like it. I'm freaking out now. I will. I'm serious. It doesn't matter what I hear, it freaks me out, because what else in the world? It could be my dogs tapping on the window with their nails. But I mean, it's what I'm talking about. Your mind will take you to the craziest places. Now, I know I was fucking chased over there. That's Sunday morning, 10 minutes before my friends came to look for the alligators, okay? 10 minutes. Anyway, the horse was going nuts. She was stomping the ground. She was heeing. And I was trying to get the chickens away from me, but still watch where I came from to see if I saw something go back out into the pond. And I looked back at the chickens for just a second, and then I don't know what happened to the horse, what was in the field. I don't know, because at the time, like I said, the bushes were as tall as the horse's shoulder. And all I could see was her stomping the ground and being furious about something. She was alone. Some people said she was trying to warn me, but it was after it chased me. And some people said maybe she was trying to warn the other horses, the donkey, or maybe she ran up on one and she was trying to stomp it. I don't know. And again, it doesn't matter. All that, with all the stuff that I've just told you, just has me feeling like certain there's alligators. And like I said, if something doesn't get this meat tonight, I'm going to feel all kinds of confident. And that kind of scares the shit out of me too. No, I'll never let my dogs crap or eat the grass at the water's edge again, because now I'm scarred. I've seen too much. I've learned too much. The internet cannot be less than your friend at times, and this is one of them. Just like when you don't feel good and you look up symptoms, suddenly you have the worst disease and then you're going to die next week or sooner. And there's no cure, or the cure is sticking something up your butt. It's just, I mean, hello. I just want confirmation. Is there or isn't there? And if there isn't any bites on the meat, hello, just tell me. Tell me the truth. Would you be alright walking your dogs around the pond if the meat stayed on the strings today? I mean, the swamp people always get an alligator? They're hunters hunting in swampland with alligators, with their favorite foods and all the tools. And all I've got here is a piece of string, a kite string, a pole, and some beef ribs that are rancid, and some chicken that's raw, that's fresh, and some gizzards. I'm going to throw out a couple more gizzards, maybe lower the light, and I'm going to go in. I don't know if I'm going to come back out, because I don't know. I just need to watch the lights, right? I mean, the lines. It's like I said, if they go for it, they're going to get it there and snap the line. Best case scenario for me would be that the wildlife camera catches something, or I got a tree shaker, because the line isn't snapped and they're pulling it just for a split second. I can go in the house, but if the lights go out, I can't see. You see how far that is from there to there? I can't see that far if the lights go out. So I can guarantee you I won't be back out here. Unless the dog has to go to the bathroom, and if that is the case, then I will only let him come to right there, and not even close to there. And I will rush him and pull him, and he's 150 pounds, and I will turn on all the lights, and it will be brief. And the snack-sized dogs, which are my two pit bulls, they both weigh 70 pounds, they'll have to use potty pads. I'm serious. This is not going to work for me, so stay tuned. It can only be a reality check one way or the other. I pray. Godspeed.